r/AskReddit. Which fast food chain makes the worst food? Sis is Burger King pizza. Some love it, some hate it. I don't trust an all-you-can-eat pizza buffet for $5. I ate there once because my wife liked that place. Rather eat a duck in Sherfin pizza. Goddamn, I love that place. Those cinnamon rolls are to die for. They literally might kill you via heart attack. CTRL plus F Culvers. No results. Number damn straight. Wisconsin boys. Dallas. 2. I love their custard so much. I just wish they carried pretzels to put in there with chocolate custard, caramel drizzle, and bananas. I'm already diabetic, so I'm immune to getting it again. The Golden Ducking Corral. I've never had this strong of an opinion about anything. I will never forgive my family for the year they decided they didn't want to cook on Thanksgiving. So we ended up at Golden Ducking Corral. That was the most depressing hit I've ever seen/eaten. And the place was packed. Duck me. Never again. I would literally rather have Waffle House on Thanksgiving. Actually, WH's tank any day. Subway for sure. Their food is bad in general. Meats are grisly and tough. Veggies are usually not fresh. And it's ducking expensive compared to other places. A Subway meal deal is almost $10 here. I could go to a middle of the road sit down place and get a decent quality full dinner plus sides and a drink for $9-12 as long as I don't order steak. At least at other fast food places the hittiness of the food is mitigated by low cost. In the UK a whole Subway meal is PS3. PS 3.50 if you want a cookie, but you can get those for free anyway. Second this. And around where I am, their quality is nowhere near as bad as people are making out. Applebee's. It's literally a microwave they build a restaurant around. You know it's bad when the top 2 comments are Applebee's. Surprised no one has mentioned the food from Dairy Queen. Ice cream aside, Dairy Queen burgers taste like freezer burned. I don't get all the hate for Arby's on here. They've really stepped it up lately with their bacon, brisket, ham, and turkey offerings. The beef seems to be a side note as of late. If you want some weird as roast beef, find a Lion's Choice. On the other hand, their chicken strip basket is incredible. Hell yes. The chicken strips, fries, chicken salad and even the hot dogs are pretty good, but the burgers are the worst out of any chain restaurant I've ever been to. Maybe my parents sucked at cooking, but to me fast food or any place where you can buy food already made is like gold. Yeah. My mom's idea of cooking meat is burning it into shoe leather. My dad has some sort of deep-seated aversion to seasoning of any kind. I loved going to restaurants as a kid. Doesn't matter what kind. Or grandma's. My grandma is an amazing cook. Then I started cooking when I left home and realized if you actually follow a recipe, home cooked food can be good. Who woulda thunk it? At home it's not salt and pepper. We use salt and Cajun seasoning. I hate Cajun seasoning. Walnuts will go into anything that is baked and most things that are not. I hate walnuts. All meat is well done to the point that it makes you understand those chefs who refuse to cook anything well done. Burger King. The burgers are okay. The fries suck ass. I'll take a Whopper over at EQP any day of the week. But MCD definitely has superior fries. Denny's. My brother used to say that Denny's is popular because you can always expect the food to be mediocre. Which is comforting to some. I got a sandwich there once and it was a soggy mess that looked and tasted like something out of a school lunchroom. I should listen to you, Alexander. No. Denny's is only popular because it is one of the few places where you can get a bite to eat at 3 in the morning when anything decent is closed. Where else can I find $4 biscuits and gravy with eggs and hash browns at 2 AM? Has got to be Wimpers in the UK. Haven't visited a branch that has higher than a 3 rated food hygiene badge. Goes up to 5. The burgers also taste like trash. Do they exist outside motorway services? Much like Little Chef. They only seem to exist in places where they are literally the only option. I always associate them with bowling alleys. Little chefs aren't even in motorway services. They are specific buildings on their own at the side of the motorway. Just a bizarre phenomenon. Panda Express. Nice bowl of shredded cardboard drowning in oil. We have a Panda Express and a Chick-fil-A on our university campus. They're the most popular places there, outdoing the actual classrooms. Edit, to all the people guessing my university. I'll give you a hint, state. Edit 2, a couple of people have guessed it already. Eat 'em up. Edit 3, it seems as though eat 'em up is a widely used slogan. So how about this? LBJ is pretty much Jesus 2.0 here. Literally any college campus in America. I remember my mom's ex-BF got a cockroach in his meal at a Burger King. It was probably the healthiest part of the meal. KFC. They suck. You can go duck yourself. Who doesn't like waiting an hour to eat their molten lava chicken pot pies? I don't know if I would consider it the worst, but it definitely has the worst after effect from eating it. White Castle. My mom and I have gone there twice in the last 2 months. Both times, she has hit the bed. More like poo water. It doesn't last long, and she isn't in pain. It just comes out and that's it. The food is delicious though. So many confusing things about this post. 1. Why keep going back if you know your mum will hit herself? 2. How do you know she's not in pain? 3. Do you and mum share a bed? 4. Why do you know the consistency of the turd? 5. And just generally what the actual duck? Sonic has really gone downhill in the last couple of years. I think they need to duck in focus. Find the 7,862,375 things you do real well and stick to them. There's a new commercial with those two punchable dudes pushing something new fucking 8 days a week. That's how Chick-fil-A does it, and they are easily my favorite fast food place. Smaller menu. Quality ingredients. Classic recipes. Burger King. Now they are selling donuts and hot dogs. They also have Cheetos stuffed with mac and cheese. Edit. I love the response this comment has gotten. I have people telling me how delicious these are, and people literally confused by them. I got to try those once, before they were discontinued in my area. Not bad. But didn't really taste like Cheetos. CTRL plus F Whataburger. Left square bracket colon. Whataburger is not worth going to if you are outside of Texas. If you find yourself in Corpus Christi, make sure you go. The difference is night and day. The original Whataburger is in Corpus, on Ocean Doctor, and is 2 stories. I don't see anyone mentioning Chick-fil-A. That proves it's the best fast food place. It really is. It's like the only place where their chicken resembles actual chicken instead of just mashed up pink glob. Not a fast food but a franchise. Nothing will convince me to eat at a IHOP ever again. I've eaten at 3 different locations in 3 different areas, 2 not by my choice, and it's been awful all 3 times. Badly prepared food and poorly trained staff. I think if you can't cut it at Denny's or Waffle House, you have job security at IHOP. Are you breathing? Hired. It's the opposite where I'm from. Only burnouts with dew/meth mouth work at Denny's. And if you lose your job at Denny's you go to Waffle House. Fast food chains can get pretty bad depending on where they are. But honestly, independent restaurants with no corporate regulations or anything are on one hand the best restaurants in the world, but also the stuff of kitchen nightmares. It really just depends on who is working there. Even a place that ducking microwaves food can still make it taste good if the people behind the counter aren't duck-ups. For example, in my town there are 2 McDonald's located on the same street, with one closer to downtown and one closer to the highway. Never choose the highway option. They hire the dumbest duckwits I have ever known. The last 5 or so times I went there, they didn't get my meal right. So yeah, duck that. The McDonald's down the road is always a better bet. I personally can't stand Jack in the Box. I hate their tacos. Their burgers suck and their chicken sandwiches are marginal at best. The only good thing from their IMO are their milkshakes. If more fast food restaurants sold curly fries, I would never have a reason To go back to Jack in the Box. Arby's? Their menu is pretty varied too. You can get stuff there that no one else does. Fast food places I mean. Great chicken sandwiches. French dip is pretty good. And deli style sandwiches. Taco Bell. All diarrhea jokes aside. The food really is garbage now. 10 years ago, the chalupas, double-decker tacos, and chicken quesadillas were actually pretty good for fast food. Had a chicken quesadilla and a chalupa a few months ago. The chalupa shell tasted like fried styrofoam. And the quesadilla was like warm rubber dog hit. I don't know. I feel like they are way better than they used to be. Cheesy Gordita Crunch and a Badger Blast is my go-to for when I want to eat something delicious and then feel terrible about life afterwards. Cheesy Gordita Crunch represent. I told them no Badger/spicy ranch. And add some Frank's Red Hot on it. So damn good for fast food. Panera Bread. Every soup comes in a bag that they warm up in a hot water bath in the back. All coffee is made about 1-2 hours before it is served. And I may just be bitter cause the one I worked at was ducking awful. But just all around duck Panera. $10 for some ducking soup, a chunk of stale bread, and a drink. No thanks. I actually really like Panera's food. It's a nice place to sit on a rainy day with some broccoli cheddar soup, sandwich, and internet. I don't care that the soup comes in bags. I don't expect them to make soup from scratch every day. My problem is how pricey it is. You get the soup plus 1/2 sandwich combo with drink for like $12.13. At $8.90 it'd be fine. But it just feels shitty to pay that much. Yeah. I like everything but the price. Miami subs. Overpriced. And they don't know what they wanna be. Selling gyros, burgers, chicken, Nathan's hot dogs, etc. Pick something and make it awesome. Miami subs. Edit. Oh yeah. And subs. They also sell subs. I live in Miami and haven't seen a Miami Sibs in over 15 years. Ducking Arby's. Yes. Even their soggy as curly fries. Yeah. I said it. Arby's is ducking good. Arby's is like the weird girl who got hot after high school. Everyone deep down wants it. It's just no one wants to be the first to admit it. Millimeters. Sparrow and Little Caesars are pretty awful. No way. I go to Sparrow every time I'm in New York for an authentic slice. When I was 11 I visited New York City with my mom and sisters. My mom's friend met up with us to take us around. I said I wanted some New York pizza. I was a Ninja Turtle super fan, and the itch took us to Ducking Sparrows in Times Square. Even at 11 I knew that was some ducked up hit. For some reason I ducking hate Burger King. I've never once felt good after eating back food. I'm so hungry I could eat at Arby's. To be real though, I could eat the curly fries at all times. I'd have to say Burger King. Although it's very hit or miss. There are certain Burger Kings that are pretty great. But most of them are just hit. The stores are also old and stink of rotten milkshake. The people they hire, it's like, let's hire the most disgusting looking people we can possibly find. Every uniform must have at least 6 stains. They must be morbidly obese. Have no more than 12 adult teeth remaining. And of course, multiple gross skin conditions are a huge plus. Plus, they never have more than 2-3 people working, ever. Which has gotten to the point where no Burger King is ever busy. The ones near where I live could be next to a McDonald's. And the MCDS will be absolutely packed. But the Burger King will be a ghost town. Most of the ones I've gone to recently give me cold food. The worst thing about them, though, is that if you order coffee and ask for cream or sugar, they won't put it in for you. You have to pull over somewhere, pour it in yourself, and then kind of swish it around, because they never give you a stirrer either. On the flip side, the best food wise is Culver's. And service wise is Taco Bell. Even though Taco Bell is, well, Taco Bell. Every single Taco Bell I've been to has had extremely friendly and courteous employees who never duck up my order. Tim Hortons has the worst fast food. I'm always disappointed. That's probably because it's a coffee shop. And their coffee is it. McDonald's has way better coffee now. I'm Canadian so I'm allowed to say this.